Alright, so let's go and keep working on this study guide here. So we're taking a look at number 14 on it. Let's pull out a little bit. Number 14. And this one just says find the common ratio of this sequence, this geometric sequence. So again, geometric sequence has a common ratio. Arithmetic sequence has a common difference. So as we write these things down, we know again that they are two separate things that you need to make sure you know the difference between. You can't just be like, well, I'm not really sure. All during the test I'm going to ask Mr. Hall. You can't do that, guys. You know that, and you just got to know how to do this without notes or anything of that sort. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and find a common ratio by doing A2 divided by A1, and then A3 divided by A2. And again, for those that need to see it, this is A2 divided by A1. And here we do keep, change, flip. So we keep this part, the first one, change the division and multiplication, and we flip the second fraction. And here you can multiply straight across or cross reduce. So if you multiply straight across, that's 24 over 12. And everybody should see what that reduces down to, which is 2 actually. Divide both by 12 and you get just 2 over 1, which is 2. Or if you're one of those that knows how to cross reduce them. That cancels out. 4 goes into 8 2 times. 4 goes into 4 1 time. So you get an answer of 2 also left over. Alright, so that's A2 divided by A1. Let's do A3 divided by A4, A3 divided by A2. And we should get the same exact answer if we did it right. If they're not the same answer, then it's not a common ratio. But you just can't do that if you just put up there and you didn't actually try it out correctly. You have to make sure you do it correctly. So we keep, change, flip. And here we get 48 over, can you see that there? No, there you go. So we're going to do 48 over 24. And if you divide them both by 24, you'll still see that equals 2. And also for those that know how to cross reduce or like to cross reduce, the 3's cancel out. 8 goes into 16 2 times. 8 goes into 8 1 time. And again, we're back at 2. So it means here's 2, here it's 2. So it means your common ratio is 2. Bam, that's it. Okay, so let's go to 15. Fifteen says find the first 5 terms. And they gave you A1 equals 2 and R equals 1/4. And again with this, there's no formulas need to be used. All you have to do is just multiply. Just like with the arithmetic sequence, we added the common difference. Here we're multiplying the common difference. So we have A1, multiply that by 2. Well, 2 times 1/4, sorry. So that's A1 times that, and that gives us 1. So that is A2 there. Sorry, that's A2. A3. Sorry, not 1, 1/2, my fault. Alright, so here we use 1/2 and multiply it by the common ratio again. That gives you 1/8. A4. Do 1/8 times 1/4. That should give you 1 over 32. And then 1 over 32 times 1/4 gives you the last one, which is 1 over 128. So the first 5, and again, the first number is here, so whenever you deal with our multiple choice test on Monday, or whenever you take this test, the multiple choice part should start off with this number. That's the first number in the sequence. So 2, 1/2, 1/8, 1/32, and then 1 over 128. So 1 over 1/128. Alright, that's 15. And let's do 16, and then we'll stop the video here. So 16 says find the indicated sum. So that one says A12, find A12. And when A1 equals 40,000 and R equals 0.1. Again, because we have R, that means we're talking about geometric. And if we're talking about geometric, we have to use those geometric formulas that we have. So here, AN, we're trying to find a specific term. We're using this formula. Not SN, but AN. Okay, so looking at it, we're looking for the 12th number in the sequence. So if the 12th number is sequence, how many, what is the N for that? That's the 12th term. So 12 is N because that's the 12th term in the sequence. A12 is that number in the 12th place. So A12 is the number in the 12th place. N is the number of places there are. If that helps out. Alright, so we start filling everything in. And when you put that into the calculator, you get something like this. All right, we talked about this before. Actually, sorry, they give you something like this in the calculator. And we talked about this already in the notes, that this means the same thing as 4 times 10 to the negative 7th power. Scientific notation. So here, with that, that means we need to move our decimal how many places to left or right depending on the exponent. So here we have negative 7. Negative means you go to the left. The decimal goes to the left. Positive means you goes to the right. So here, that's understood as 4.0 there. Since it's a negative number, it means we need to go to the left 7 times. So we need to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can't see all that part there, but went over 7 times. Put a decimal point at that spot there. At any point that we don't have a number, it becomes a 0. So our actual answer for this, for that 12th term, is 0.00000004. So that is our final answer for number 16.